installed with so-and-so, can you, that's not gonna be a problem, is it?
No, 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 no.
Oh, you want it down? Yeah.
Just stick it right there.
What is that? It's a light. Remember we used it because too much glare from the overhead, you can't see out the windows.
Okay.
Use these things, you can really notice.
So now I've got to figure out how to.
Hang on, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all take this. I ain't gonna go
All right, check 1, 2, Josh.
Check 1, 2. Check, check.
Here we go. I think we're set. All right, check 1, 2, Josh.
Check 1, 2. Check, check.
Let me dial me back and you up a little bit. All right. Hey, welcome to Grace Game Day, everybody. We're glad that you are here. We are live from Jefferson, and the Varsity Scrimmage just got underway. And so we are going to be doing a little bit of talking, just highlighting some of the Grace players tonight. And we're going to let you know the format of tonight's Varsity Scrimmage. So it starts with Jefferson on offense, and it's going to be a 15-play segment. And then it's going to move to Grace on offense, a 15-play segment. And then it's going to come back to a Jefferson on offense, Grace on defense for 12 plays. And then it's going to be Grace on offense, Jefferson on defense for 12 plays. Then there's going to be a punting segment, a kicking segment, a short break, and then they're going to come back for one live quarter of play. So they're going to put 12 minutes on the clock. It's going to be a running quarter. The clock will stop on timeouts, and it will stop on change of possession. Turnovers will be blown dead, but change of possession during this portion of the scrimmage is really kind of the only time outside of timeouts that the clock will stop. And the offenses will be allowed to go for a first down on fourth downs during the live portion. And so that's the format. So right now Jefferson is in their first set of offensive plays. They have put it in the end zone once, and now they're moving back the other direction. But we want to thank you for tuning in to Grace Game Day tonight. It is, Josh, it's hot, but it's not as hot as it could be. Jackson just walked into the booth. He looked at me like I'm crazy. I think Jackson's hot. Bro, you're soaking wet. Jackson, one of the JV players, and Josh's son just walked into the broadcast booth with us.
Ooh.
And Josh, that was Andrew Gardner right there that just laid a punishing hit.
Is it too soon for the puns? Gardner just buried him, planted him, you name it.
Never too soon. Never too soon.
We can go all day.
There's a shotgun snap, and it's a deep ball down the left sideline, wide open and overthrown. Thankful for the overthrow there, Josh, because that was about to be 6.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Washington's going to be happy with. That's the second time.
He's coaching him up right now. There we go.
We should zoom in on him. See if we can read
See if we
lips.
read lips.
That's what scrimmages are for, though.
Yeah, this is where we work out the kinks. Not only the guys on the field, Josh, but us as well.
Absolutely.
Working out kinks tonight. We're running some different audio, video tests, and we've got a couple of things we're going to be putting into place before the season opener next week, as that's a handoff up the middle, and he runs right into the arms of Jay Pillsbury, the junior. Falls forward for a couple of yards there. And so we're going to be working on a couple of things over the next few days before the season opener next week. And one of the things that we are fine-tuning, it's different everywhere we go, but to be able to pipe in crowd noise to the broadcast. And so we are making a couple of adjustments there. And for the season opener, we'll have crowd noise. And so you'll be able to experience the full experience. Shotgun formation, high snap, he pulls it down, pumps, now he's flushed out, rolling to the right, and he's going to tuck and run, forced out of bounds. It looks like that was Hicks and Henry that have combined on the stop there for Grace.
They've held up pretty well in the run game. They've held up well with the quarterback keepers. Outside of, a couple Just missed assignments on the receivers. The one big touchdown play, obviously, but overall defense has shown a lot of ability to be stout up front, and that's what we like to see.
Absolutely. So that is going to be the end of the first segment there with Jefferson being on offense. So now it's going to switch to Grace being on offense, and they're going to have 15 plays as the first portion of the scrimmage is kind of a game format, but it's also a walkthrough practice type format. At the end tonight, to wrap it up, it'll be more of a simulated game experience when they put 12 minutes on the clock and let it run and essentially play a quarter of football. We're going to get a handoff up the middle, and he's going to lose yardage.
Just nowhere to go.
That was Braden Alexander, the sophomore. And, Josh, he had a lot of maroon jerseys in the backfield with him quick.
Yeah. Those are the kind of plays where you want to ask the ref, hey, count the other team. There might be too many players on the field.
Etheridge deep over the middle.
Oh, that's got to be
and
illegal contact or something.
Hopefully on regular Friday nights we'll get a flag. There's a lot of contact over the middle. Doak Porter was running in between two Bulldogs. And
if it wasn't PI, it was definitely illegal contact. But, again, it's a scrimmage.
We're working on audio mics for the crowd, Josh. They're working on flags.
Yeah.
And so
we all got wrinkles we're trying to iron out today.
It's just a work in progress tonight. I tell you what, though, it is a nice night, especially being in the air conditioner.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Etheridge is going to come out in the gun. Alexander next to him. And a quick pass to the sideline, and the catch is made there by Cole Stanley. He's dropped quickly by the Bulldogs defense.
Not a lot of running room that time. But tough throw there on the sideline. I mean, it looks like a short throw, but to put that zip on there, get to the sideline.
That's a long throw.
It's a lot longer than you realize.
Yes, that is a long throw. Josh, it's a nice turf field here in Jefferson. I came by this field probably about a year and a half or so ago, and it was not turf. And so they've done a nice job converting from grass to turf. Drop snap, he picks it up, hits Alexander in the flat. Nice
Good
yardage
run
across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a way to make something out of nothing. Quarterback escapes, give it to your running back. Let him turn those legs and pick up the yardage. Good job.
That was Braden Alexander with a nice little shifty move there.
Yeah. Yeah, just a really good job on the open field.
So now he's going to line up to the left of Etheridge in the backfield. High snap bobbled. He pulls it down. Now he's going to look to run, cuts back toward the middle of the field, and he's surrounded by Bulldogs.
Yeah, those maroon jerseys, they close in quick. But the timing of the play thrown off there with the bobbled snap, and those are the things you want to work out here in these scrimmages so that when the season starts, we're a lot more comfortable with those snaps.
Well, and these scrimmages, Josh, are important because there's only so much practicing you can do against your own team.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the system, and so it's not really a good, it's necessary, but this is the moment right here where you get to see how do we line up against somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just a different speed with live action reps.
We got motion here, and we got a quick pass out in the flat. The catch is made by Gardner. And he's going to get up across the 45-yard line.
And good job just putting his shoulder down and picking up those extra 2 yards at the end of that run. Could have went out of bounds, played it safe, but instead he said, I'm the gardener. Look, we got nicknames here in the first scrimmage.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I've established, as Grace is huddled up here, I've established that, Josh, I'm a grown man, but if I was on the field and Andrew Gardner came running at me, I would, in fact, make a business decision.
That's when you grab your hamstring and
Turf toe.
pretend you pulled something.
Handoff up the middle, plowing up to midfield.
Good strong run.
Yes, I would definitely be making a business decision on that one.
I didn't see who was running the ball there. Did you see that?
That was number 25. Number 25 is the senior. And I have not heard anybody pronounce his name, so I hope I don't butcher it.
That's what scrimmages are for.
Yes. Jackson, do you know how to pronounce his name before I make a fool of myself?
Oh.
That pass was batted down in the face
That's tough.
of Etheridge. So number 25, we're going to go with Ale Hecht. That's what we're going to go with, and we're going to confirm with the coaches after the game, or maybe even try to find him.
Or if someone knows in
Or
the
if someone in
chat.
the chat knows and you know how to put it in text to let us know the correct pronunciation, we would appreciate it. But we'll find out one way or the other. Shotgun formation for Etheridge. And he's going to give it to Hecht again. And Josh, he runs tough.
Yeah, just when you're running the ball like that, every yard counts, and be able to pick up 2-3 yards on a running play consistently, that's huge for an offense.
There was a Bulldog at the line of scrimmage, Josh, that had the opportunity there. And he really just refused to go down, bounced off of him and kept on churning.
I guess you could say it was a heck of a run.
Oh, boy. It's getting deep already.
We need the little drum
We're
sounds.
just in the second session, but Etheridge is back, looking deep down the left sideline.
There you
Nice
go.
catch by Doak Porter. Falling down across the 35 to the 33.
And that's a good job. Just body control, go up. Ball's a little bit behind, but able to get his hands on it, concentrate, make the catch, pick up what would have been a first down. Just a good job.
All right, Josh, we found out we were right on Hecht, and I'm going to say that means we probably got the first name wrong. But we'll call him by his last name.
Well, he's a heck of a football player. We apologize. Y'all got to put up with us all season.
Hey, you know what? We're a lot of fun, though. Hand off to B.A. running around the right side, and he gets just down to the 30-yard line. Looked like there was some space there, Josh, and it closed fast.
Yeah. He's a big, strong running back. Put his shoulder down, but just two guys. One had him by the feet, other one able to put a lick on, and just nowhere really to run on the outside there.
So just to let you guys know that you're tuning in tonight, a couple of things we're working on is crowd noise that we can pump through the broadcast. Also, an automated clock that will be able to show you the game clock on your screen as Etheridge is going deep again for Porter, just off of his fingertips.
Just that close.
So the automated clock system that we're working on is going to be something that will show the game clock on your screen as you're watching the broadcast. So we're working on that. And we have a couple of other camera ideas that we're also toying around with. And so it'll be a work in progress as this season gets underway, and we'll be steadily attempting to make improvements on things. B.A. takes the handoff. Nice room inside the 20, inside the 10, lowers his shoulder to the 5.
Good run.
What a solid run, getting Grace down inside the 5-yard line to the 4.
I'll say a big kid like that with speed.
So you were talking earlier about not wanting to be in the crosshairs of Gardner.
Yeah. You can add
I'm not sure I want to try to tackle BA running
you can
downhill like that.
you can add BA to that list. Absolutely can add BA to that list. That's something I'm not interested in messing with. Shotgun formation for Etheridge. BA is lined up to his left. Grace at the 4. And it's going to be a jet sweep and into the end zone for Grace. That is a touchdown.
Great job. Can't see the number there.
His jersey is rolled up,
Oh,
and you
number
can't
2.
see his number. Number 2, there we go. Justice McQuay. And he just planted his left foot into the turf and cut right into the hole there, into the end zone.
Justice was served.
Oh, boy.
I shouldn't have had that energy before we started this.
Speaking of, I still need to drink mine. Maybe I don't. Maybe one of us has to be not under the influence of energy drinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and so now the Jefferson offense is going to return to the field. And so according to the schedule I was given, what this is going to do here is this is the beginning of the second set for the Jefferson offense. And, Josh, they're going to run 12 plays right here, and then it will go back to Grace on offense for 12 plays. And, guys, we're keeping the scoreboard. They're not actually counting any scores right now as we're going to get up to the 35-yard line. Nice gain there. They're not keeping score as of yet. My understanding is they will begin keeping score once they put the 12 minutes on the clock and play a quarter of football. They will begin keeping score then, so we will activate our scoring system then as well. But right now they're just running plays and sets. Shotgun formation, slot receiver going in motion. And there's going to be a fake the give. And, hey, they did bring flags, Josh. There we go.
There we go.
We're going to get a little bit of a defensive penalty here on Grace. That was a dart by the Jefferson quarterback.
Yeah, that ball was on a rope.
And Coach Washington immediately out there with his secondary, giving them some tips. And that was Christian Henry on the coverage there. And he was really in good position.
He was.
But I think he panicked a little bit.
Yeah. There's a lot of speed on the outside there. And sometimes when you're up against speed, the reaction time is a little bit anxious because you're afraid of getting burned. Got to learn to trust your positioning, trust your coaching, make a play on the ball.
So that's going to put the ball right on the 50-yard line. We're just below the teeth of the Bulldog in the middle of the field. Got 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. It's going to be a quick bubble screen caught by number 4. Dances away from a couple of tacklers, and he's finally brought down at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's small, but he's shifty. He's quick. Really hard to tackle in the open field.
Very elusive right there.
Yeah, you got some guys on the field that feel like if they hit you, it's going to hurt. You got other guys on the field that you're going to get hurt trying to tackle. I wouldn't want to be trying to tackle him. I'd blow everything in my knees and ankles.
I would tear muscles and tendons that I don't even have. Shotgun snap, a give up the middle, and nice closure there. That was number 60 for Grace, Braden Wells, and he closed on that quickly and held it to no gain.
Yeah, the Wells were dry on that run.
Oh, boy. Is it too soon to say it's getting deep?
It's getting
deep wells, stirring up deep wells. Okay, all right, back to the game.
And I didn't even prepare these puns. This is just natural.
This is just who we are. You know, it's kind of like the other day. I'll talk about after this play here, Josh, but this reminds me of my Facebook post the other day. We'll get to that in a second. 4 wide receivers out again, 2 to each side. Shotgun snap. He looks to the right, steps, and he's throwing deep down the sideline. Got a man, caught inside the 10. That's a really nice pass there, and they're going to call him out of bounds at the 9. So, Josh, the other day I posted on Facebook, and I said that it's amazing how fast life goes by. And I said I was, not long ago, I was once young and had my whole life ahead of me, and then I blinked twice, and I've been to Golden Corral 2 times in the last 3 weeks by myself on purpose for lunch. And I guess this is just who I am now. So,
next time just give me a call. I'll come eat with you.
there we go. Nice.
Good play in the open
nice
field.
Pursuit there. These practice jerseys don't give us a good line of sight to the number. It looks like number 6, which would be Christian Henry. Yes, that was him, Christian Henry. So Henry, who had the penalty earlier in this set of plays, he makes a nice play right there out in the open field.
That's a hard tackle to make there in space, but able to get his hands on him, wrap him up, bring him down. Great job.
Motion, number 19. And they're going to hand it off. And immediately he is met by Braden Wells again.
Yeah,
My goodness.
They went to the well one too many times.
Whoo. Oh, man.
But just an unbelievable job there. Stopping right in the middle. What a hit.
Take a look at that again. Handoff up the middle, and boom. Dropped him.
That's one of those hits the running back's going to remember.
Yes.
Let me avoid number 60 next time.
Lots of motion pre-snap here. And we've got a quick shotgun snap. Looking left, turns back right, and wide open and missed him.
Very fortunate that time.
Yeah, that's one right there, Josh. Everything began flooding to the left, and number 9 for Jefferson just slipped out to the right, and he was wide open. Quarterback just did not deliver the ball to him.
Yeah, fortunate break for Grace there, but again, a little bit of trouble on the outside. These receivers, they're shifty, they're quick. A lot of misdirection going on.
They got a bunch to the left of the line there, and that pass has a little bit too much heat on it and not able to be handled. That was Christian Henry again in pursuit, Josh, and he was going to close on that play quickly.
Yeah, great position that time. Those kind of catches are really tough to make because you can feel the defender bearing down on you. It's real easy to take your eye off the ball because you're trying to brace for a hit.
All right, and I believe that's the end of that set of plays. And so we're going to march back now to the 30-yard line, and it's the Grace defense staying on the field, though, Josh. So I'm not sure this doesn't really line up with what's on the schedule, but it looks like the Jefferson offense is stay on the field. They're going to the 30-yard line and turning around and going the other way.
A good job keeping them out of the end zone that time.
That's maybe a tactic that we could use in the season is when they get inside the 10 that we just make them go back to the 30-yard line and turn around.
Yeah, start over, guys.
I think we could hold people scoreless.
That's a great strategy. If you don't score your first play inside the 10, then you got to turn around and go back the other way.
Josh, what I'm being informed by Jackson is that they don't have it on the scoreboard, but it was 4th down and they didn't convert.
I see.
So now they have to turn around. It's still their set of offensive plays, but they have to turn around. He's going deep, right over the middle.
Oh,
dropped
again.
Oh, my goodness.
Again. And I think that's another one of those plays where you've got space to make the catch, but there's some white jerseys around you, and you know that if you bring that ball in, there might be a shoulder pad to the chest, and it takes a lot of concentration to be able to keep your eye on the football and ignore the hit that you're about to take.
It'll make you think about what's important, won't it?
Yes, it will.
I want to say a great big thank you to everybody for tuning into Grace Game Day. We are so excited to be teaming up with you this season. And we're going to have a lot of fun together. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
3 wide receivers here to the near side. 1 lone receiver to the right. Now we've got motion. He's looking near sideline. Did not see the defender coming. Now throws on the run. And that is going to be a nice tackle there. I believe that is number 11. Yes, that's number 11 for Grace. That's Dylan Stinson. He's a junior, and he just made a really great open field tackle.
Yeah, good job there in space. Sometimes when the play kind of breaks down like that and quarterback gets out of the pocket, it's really easy for them to capitalize on guys being out of position, but just great discipline that time, staying there, making a great open field tackle.
And it looks like now the Grace offense is returning to the field. All right, Josh. I'm going to join you.
Uh-oh. We're going to have double 5-hour energies going on in this broadcast. We do apologize. It's the first one of the year. We have a lot of excitement built up from the summer.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to this, so we're a little amped up, and we've got a little extra mojo now with these 5-hour energy shots to get us through this game.
Josh, what flavor was that one you got?
Mine was blue raspberry, and it was quite sour.
Oh, I looked at that one. I decided to go with Old Faithful, though. I love when I do get a 5-hour energy, which I get maybe 2 a year because I normally drink Spark. But I went with the grape one, Josh.
Old Faithful.
And all I know is we're about to, here in 1.93 fluid ounces, we're fixing to down 230 milligrams of caffeine. What could go wrong? Fumble. Jefferson picks it up, racing away, and into the end zone.
Tough break. Has a helmet right on the football. Really hard to hold on to that, but, man, he got hit by about 4 guys at the same time.
From multiple directions. Josh, was that Cole Stanley, I believe? Number 9 on that play?
No, I think that was the quarterback, number 8. I think that was Etheridge.
Okay. These practice jerseys, those numbers
They get bunched up easy.
real quick. It's a handoff up the middle.
Not a lot of room there.
That is Hecht, and he makes one man miss in the backfield and then just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Josh, I believe that was a Stanley on that play. I just saw his number kind of shift a little bit. That is number 9 that was on that play.
And some of the players have their numbers. Turkey, for instance, is 24-4. Kobe Morrow was 21 last year. He's number 2 this year.
And so now Hecht remains in at running back.
I think they made a quarterback change.
They did, Josh. Etheridge is standing over there at the 15-yard line. That's Cole Stanley.
Oh, nice move.
What a move. Oh, and then his helmet comes off. He gets right back up, but that was a hit right there that he just absorbed.
Goodness gracious. Love to see him pop up after that.
And that's why he's playing varsity.
Josh, I felt that.
Yeah.
I'm too old to be feeling a hit like that.
I know it. Wow. Tough kid. Pop up from that. Looks like he's going to step out, take a little breather, try to compose himself, but
Well, that was a great run.
Great run.
He cut in the backfield. He made 2 really nice cuts moving down the field, and I mean, then just all of a sudden it was cut bang.
Oh, no.
Now we got some
Another
miscommunication
fumble.
on the snap, and Jefferson's going to fall on it. So now we're going to back the line of scrimmage up to the 30.
Looks like Stanley's back in. After that big hit, just set out one play. He's all good, ready to go.
It's a tough kid.
Yeah, I would have needed about 17 business days to recover from that hit.
BA going to flank him to the left here in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set for Grace. And the snap is going to go
Goodness
past
gracious.
him. They blow it dead.
Lots of issues tonight with the snap.
We kind of had the same issues with the JV game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
It was just some snap issues.
Trying to work out the kinks there with the exchange between the center and the quarterback. Had some low snaps, had some high snaps.
Some wide ones. Some narrow ones.
Some quarterback fumbling and unable to cleanly catch the ball. Just the kind of things you want to work out during a scrimmage.
Yep, this is why we have them. Stanley takes that one, rolls, throws on the run, and it's going to be incomplete.
Looks like he might have got his arm hit on that throw. As it just kind of dies and flutters there to the dirt.
He was being chased very quickly there by number 56 for Jefferson.
Yeah, these Bulldogs have great pursuit. Honestly, both defenses have kind of rose to the occasion here and playing tough physical football. Neither offense really able to get a lot going on the ground. So we had another quarterback change.
Yep. This is Dylan Stinson, the junior. BA is going to line up next to him. He's going to move from the left side to the right side. Trips to the left, lone receiver to the right. And
Oh, no.
he bobbles that as he's trying to
Do a
get his
quick
fingers
pass.
on the laces.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That play is all about timing. You had space there on the outside. If he was able to get a grip of that football and fire that to the sideline, we may have had some positive plays. But as soon as you bobble that football, the timing's messed up. Defense is able to collapse, and that's exactly what happened right there.
And Josh, I'm just gonna guess. From my vantage point here in a booth that's got air conditioner going, the heat down there, that football is probably slick.
Oh, it's probably nice and sweated up right now.
So we have a shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to each side. And it's going to be a keeper.
Good keep.
That was a great decision there by Stinson.
Yeah, he fooled me. I thought he'd handed that one off. Great job of holding that out there to the last possible second, bringing it back in, and able to pick up a good chunk of yardage.
Yeah, that was a really nice job there by both of them. He buried that deep in the belly of BA, and then all of a sudden he just held on to it and took off.
Yeah.
Nice gain. Shotgun snap to Stinson. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I look very close to offsides on the defense. They're trying to time the snap there on the edge, and it looks like he's jumping just a hair early. That's something to keep an eye on.
This is where you want to go, the Aaron Rodgers hard count.
Yeah.
Get him to jump, then just snap it, throw it deep, see what happens. As a Cowboys fan, Aaron Rodgers is, first of all, he's been a Cowboys killer his whole career, but that was one of the things he's always been so good at is getting somebody to jump and then doing a quick snap and getting a free play. Stinson's back, got a free rusher coming, and it's intercepted. He was hit as he threw, intercepted, and they're going to blow it dead. I mean, you can't really count that as a return for a touchdown because all the Grace coaches were out there blocking for him. So.
Yeah, again, just pressure off the edge. Nobody there to pick up that block. Quarterback's blind side. He didn't feel the pressure coming from the back. Hitting the back right as he throws. That's never going to lead to a good outcome.
Yeah, that was 16 for Jefferson that just came free, and he came on
fast.
A mission.
Yeah, he came so fast.
Josh, I mentioned being a Cowboys fan, and that's I'm going to tell you what, I'm really excited about high school football this year. I'm really excited about college football this year.
I will concur with that.
Stops right there. I tried to be excited about the Cowboys this year, but after watching a couple of the
preseason games,
you can't even find highlights of the preseason games. You have to look up bloopers. It's just it's no good. Stinson sending Stanley in motion. And he's going to give it to Stanley, running to the far sideline. Gets the corner turn and across the 40-yard line and out of bounds.
That's a good, strong run. Bouncing off tacklers, picking up yardage.
And one official's got him marked at the 41. One's going to mark him at the 42.
We'll take that 42.
We'll take the 42, or at least just split it in half. Give him the 41 and a half.
So I guess that's the end of that set.
And so now, Josh, I believe, according to the schedule that I was given, we're going to go into a punting segment. It's going to be all dead. They're just going to line up and cover. And according to this, Jefferson is going to punt first and then Grace. I'm not sure if that means one punt or multiple punts. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to Grace Game Day tonight. I'm Preston Proctor. With me is Josh McElhaney, and we're just really excited to be bringing you the action. Grace Cougars Athletics. We are your front row seat to Grace Athletics. And Josh, I would also like to say, as we are pausing to move into this next portion of the scrimmage, big thank you to Jefferson for the hospitality tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
They have been very accommodating, and we appreciate it. High snap. He brings it down and gets away a high, wobbly punt. And that's going to take a Grace bounce. And if this was a game, Grace would start that drive at their own 49-yard line.
We take that one.
Always love to start at midfield. And so Jefferson is going to line up to punt again. That's a low one. He fields it on a hop. Gets away a better punt that time, and it's fielded at the 43. That was Dylan Stinson receiving that one.
Yeah, a couple snap issues there.
One was high and then overcompensate, and the next one was low. This one will be just right. There it is.
There you go.
Perfect. And it's his best punt yet. Fair catch signaled for and taken at the 39-yard line. All right, now it looks like Grace is going to send their punting unit out onto the field. The weather's been nice and clear here in Jefferson today, Josh. I know there's been rain kind of spotty all over East Texas, and thankfully it did not come here.
Thankfully, when we had lunch earlier at Doc's Hot Links, we got drenched.
Yes.
Just trying to get back to the truck.
Yes. It kind of made me think that we needed to go back in and sit down and order some more hot links.
You know, that wouldn't have been a bad idea. Why do we always get the good ideas too late?
Yeah, I think we might have failed that test, Josh.
Man, it was the Lord telling us, you guys deserve some more hot links.
I mean, I, for one, don't think I ate enough hot links.
I don't ever think I ate enough hot links. I had 8, and I was like, you know what? I should have got a dozen.
Yeah, if any of you folks are ever in Gilmer and you like hot links, check out Doc's Hot Links. That is a booming punt.
Good punt.
Josh, that's Cole Stanley that's punting. And I was at the field probably about 2 weeks ago or so, and I picked Carson up from drumline practice, and Cohen was wanting to go out on the field, so I took him out there and let him run a little bit. You know, anything that'll help him go home and go to sleep. And so he got out there and he was running, and I saw this young man and his dad that were out there. That's a beauty of a punt right there. And this young man that was out there, he was working on punting, just over and over. He was punting. Then he got the tee, and he kicks. And just for a long time, he was out there, and met him and his dad after it was over. And it was Cole Stanley. And so, yeah, that's he was in there putting some work in.
We've got some good coaches over there. The kids they get in, they make them real good.
End over end snap, and that is a high
Goodness.
punt. Cole Stanley's practice sessions are being put on display right now.
Yeah, that's what's great about the punt is how much airtime it gets. You love those long punts, but sometimes kicking it low and long kind of puts you at a disadvantage because you got to kick your coverage. Guys got plenty of room to make some space, make people miss. But those kind of punts that hit the heavens just a little bit, man, that returner's got a lot of time to think about catching that ball and running with it.
Well, and that returner also knows as they're ready to catch that ball that they now have a lot of friends that have gathered around them.
Absolutely.
Our roster has their grade in the numbers, and there's a lot of number 11s.
All right, so now we're going to go into a kicking segment. And they're just going to line up. There's not going to be a rush on these. Actually, this is going to be kickoffs. Right here it said field goals. Maybe field goals comes next. So we're just going to line up and kick here.
16 last year, number 10 this year.
That was a knuckleball. That's one of those looking like trying to field that trick baseball
Yeah.
on the infield where it's just bouncing this way and that way and the other way. And
When they hit and roll, it's just as deep.
so Jefferson will line up and do that again. It's a high end over end kick taken at the 21. Nice juke there by Justice McQuay. Looks like they're fixing to. Yeah, it's kind of a. Yeah, that's going to be a problem too. That ball just looked like somebody had a steering wheel and just turned it left and pressed the gas pedal.
Yeah.
All right, now Grace is going to line up to kick, and we'll see. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Josh, I believe they're going to do field goals. Looks like that's where they're headed to go now. I guess looks like Jefferson is going to stay on the field with their special teams unit. Yes, so they're going to go kick field goals now. And then it will be Grace's opportunity to kick off and kick field goals. And then we're going to play, after a quick water break, they're going to play 12 minutes of football.
He's got a little bit of quarterback experience as well, just in case something goes wrong.
Got a late comer here for Jefferson. One of his coaches was reminding him where he was supposed to be as he ran by.
All right, we're finally getting set here.
There we go. Essentially an extra point here. Snap, hold, and we'll snap again. Should have kicked that first one.
When I was coaching the team, 11 years old, the league turnaround, they turn it around, and give you 2 points to kick and 1 point to try.
All right, here we go. Good snap. Hold. The kick is up, and it is good. They'll toss another football in, and we'll line up and do it again. Good snap and hold. The kick is away, and it is good. 2 for 2 on kicks.
Now we'll switch teams.
Kicks for the Bulldogs. Tyler Grace is going to come out there now. Bulldogs are sending some players out to
So it looks like Grace is going to start with the field goals.
oppose the kick.
And that is Cole Stanley, senior, that's going to line up first. The holder is Elijah Hicks. And the snap is going to come from Baker Reagan. Snap a little bit low. Hicks gets it down, and Stanley drives it through.
That's a good looking kick.
And now Josiah King, the junior. High snap. Hicks pulls it down, and that's a great kick.
Good nut.
So Hicks did a great job on both of those snaps, Josh, to get those holds down. Yes, these will be available to watch later. You'll just come back to the same YouTube channel, and they will be available on demand. So you'll be able to click and watch and fast forward, rewind, go to any point of the stream that you want to go to. So yes, they will be available. The only time in our time of doing this at another school, the only time that we've ever not left games up that people could go back and rewatch was when it was at the request of the coach to take it down. And so That's the only reason we would ever do so. Outside of that, it'll always be available to go back and watch on demand.
12 minutes. First downs, turnovers, whatever.
All right, I believe we're ready for some football.
That will be the last part of this scrimmage tonight. It's the 12-minute live game.
This ought to be fun.
Grace is going to start on offense. At their own 25, 3 wide receiver set. And we've got lots of movement at the line. Etheridge is going deep down the right side.
Ooh.
Intercepted inside the 45-yard line. Whistles blow it dead. Josh, it looked like there was 2 players offsides.
It really did. They're really timing that snap. I guess timing it perfectly. But they're anticipating the snap. There was a lot of pressure on the quarterback on that throw. It was actually a pretty good throw, almost on the money, slightly underthrown.
Yeah, just a little bit underthrown, and great play by the defender there.
Yeah, great coverage, great position.
LED lights here at Jerry Bennett Field.
It's going to be a handoff coming to the near sideline. Nice pursuit there by Grace. He's able to squeak out a few yards from it.
Yeah, very close to a first down there on that run.
Josiah King on pursuit there. Grace kept stringing that out, Josh, stringing it out, but he was still able to turn the corner and get some yards there. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And it looks like the ball might have been on the ground, but he fell on it.
It's going to be a first down for Jefferson.
So first down now in Grace territory at the 47. Clock goes under 11 minutes remaining in the quarter. And again, we are working on an automated clock that you'll be able to see the clock, game clock on your screen. Back to pass, looking deep over the middle, and a
Good
nice breakup
play.
there. Justice McQuay with a great breakup on defense there.
Just great position, great anticipation. Way to get his hand in there, break up that pass. That's what Coach Washington was coaching up earlier.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for Jefferson. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set. He's got pressure, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run, makes a couple of guys miss inside the 30, and finally out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Just so dangerous. The defense has their back turned to the quarterback, not anticipating him running, able to get out of a potential sack there in the backfield. And once he got past the line of scrimmage, it was just a lot of green grass. He's quick.
Handoff up the middle, and that hole closes quickly, about a 5-yard gain. That was Andrew Gardner in there on the stop.
Jefferson running with some tempo here. There you
Handoff
go.
again, and this time tackled by committee. That charge was led by Aol Hecht. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Clock just
big
went
down
under
here.
9 minutes. High snap. He pulls it down, throws over the middle, caught inside the 15. He's dropped immediately, but it is enough for a Jefferson first down.
That was a good job there by that receiver, finding that soft spot knowing where the first down was and picking that up.
Keep the defense back on their heels.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to get a couple of yards. Gets down to the 10. Braden Wells was the first one to get to him. He's back looking to the end zone near sideline. Jump ball, incomplete.
Good coverage.
Too tall for everybody down there. Justice McQuay was in good position.
Yeah, he was there. It forces the quarterback to have to try to put the ball in the back of the end zone and just overthrows it. But, again, that play set up by the coverage.
So that brings up 3rd and long, or 3rd and medium, depending on how you view medium. 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, looks left, now back right. He's going to tuck and run. Inside the 5, jukes his way into the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Jefferson. With 7:13 remaining in the 4th quarter, as it were. So Jefferson strikes first, and we're going to skip the extra point attempt here. Clock was stopped with 6:55 remaining. All right. Grace offense is now on the field. Etheridge at quarterback, BA in the backfield next to him. Low snap, he reins it in, hands it off to BA, and he weaves his way forward for a couple of yards. Looks like they're going to give him 1.
Just not a lot of room there.
Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Jefferson moving again quickly. And Etheridge is going to run 30, trying to string it out. And he is going to be snowed under by a gang of Bulldogs. Gets just across the 30-yard line. It looks like they're going to give him the 30. Well, no, they're going to put him at the 30. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Clock runs under 6 minutes remaining.
That was a tough run. He didn't even try to avoid any contact.
No.
He just ran straight into 4 guys. Like, bring it on.
Hand off to BA. Trouble in the backfield. And he's dropped by number 7 for Jefferson. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8 for Grace. Clock running, 5:32 remaining. And it looks like Grace is going to send the punting unit onto the field, which means they stop the clock with 5:25. And so essentially what they do now is they I guess you could say, simulate the punt. They're going to take the ball back down here to the other end of the field and start it at about looks like the 45-yard line. So Jefferson is going to start this drive at their own 45-yard line, leading 6-0. I want to thank you for tuning in to Grace Game Day. It's your front row seat to Grace Cougar Athletics. All right, Josh, so here's what you'd really like to see here. You'd like to see the defense make a big stand, get the ball back into the offense's hands, and then see the offense move the ball.
Get some rhythm.
Going to be a handoff. No, excuse me. He fakes it, throws, incomplete. Just a little bit too far out of his reach, and they did put another point on the board for Jefferson there, so I guess we're simulating the extra point. It stayed 6 for a really long time.
Yeah, it did.
Clock is now approaching 5 minutes, and the clock running. Second and 10. Handoff up the middle, and he's got room.
Oh, man.
Ducks right through a tackle and gets first down yardage to the 44 in Grace territory.
So elusive. Looked like Grace was going to have a good tackle, a good stop, set up, third down.
4.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, following his blocker. And he is pulled down to the turf by Gardner. Gardner with a really strong arm tackle there, holding him to a 4-yard gain.
We had a little pushing and shoving down here on the bottom of the field with Justice and number 24. But all is well that ends well.
Hey, they're just getting to know one another.
That's how football players shake hands.
4 wide receiver set. Shotgun snap, looking left. Now flushed out, rolling, and he's going to be sacked.
Good job. Good coverage. Nowhere to go with the football.
That was Hecht and Braden Gregory, the sophomore, combining on the sack there, and it drives Jefferson back to the Grace 45-yard line.
Big third down.
Yeah, this is where you want to get the stop, Josh. You get them into 3rd and long. They're behind the chains. It's 3rd and 11.
It's where you want to stay disciplined, know your assignment. Don't give up anything cheap here. And watch out for that quarterback run. He's quick.
Empty backfield. He's back, pressured, rolling toward the right. Now he's going to run. Gets to the sideline and gets a first down.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. He's been so hard to bring down. Again, the defense just has their back turned. He knows where the sticks are, knows where he's got to get to, and he just decided to do it himself.
You got to think at one point in a scrimmage, you got to think the coach was probably holding his breath there for a second.
Yeah.
When you see your quarterback running into a crowd like that. Like,
it looked like he kind of thought about sliding a little bit too late there.
Yeah. He's back. Quick pressure, looking deep, and feet got tangled up, and we're going to get a flag.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Trying to make a play on the ball and just stepped on the defender's foot, causing him to trip and fall.
And they're going to confer at the 10. We'll see. And they did wave the flag off. I thought that might be what that official was running in for.
They're going to call it incidental.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like. It looked like just feet got tangled up. I don't think there was anything.
No, he wasn't grabbing. He didn't have his hands in there. It was all feet.
It looks bad. It's one of those things that the eye test makes you say,
Yeah.
oh, wait a second.
Anytime a receiver falls down on a route.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. And that's going to be a handoff up the middle.
No.
Big hole right up the middle. And that is going to be another Jefferson touchdown.
Good night.
Give him a hole, and boom, he's through it.
And so that extends the Jefferson lead to 13. Clock stops with 1:27 remaining on the clock.
Yeah, and here's where you just want to try to get some rhythm offensively. You know, get some good snaps in, get some confidence going into next week when the games actually count. It's been a tough game so far.
So next week is the season opener. Grace will travel to Queen City. And Grace Game Day is going to be there to bring you the action. And we're looking forward to making that trip. Josh, we got to figure out where we're going to eat.
That's always priority number one. It's a good pregame meal.
You know, we need our protein and our energy and all that good stuff.
I mean, it's hard work over here in this booth.
Yeah. So
We got to get the jaw muscles warmed up so that we can yap.
Etheridge is back, looking deep over the middle,
throw.
and he's got him. That's complete across the 40-yard line. That was Doak Porter on the reception there.
Yeah, he's got great mechanics there in the pocket. Really good accuracy and delivery.
Yeah. I tell you what, when Etheridge has time, he can unleash the cannon.
Yeah.
Etheridge is back, looking. He's going to throw again, and that's caught by Stanley at midfield.
Oh, good
Splits
job.
the Jefferson defenders inside the 45.
Time is against us right now, but picking up some chunks here.
This is what you wanted to see, though.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
kind of
exactly it.
Kind of a 2-minute drill. No huddle. Let's go quick. Let's give the quarterback some time.
Etheridge is back. Nice protection. Steps up, going deep down the left sideline and too deep.
He flung that one about 50 yards.
Stanley needed a head start.
Like the old XFL games where they –
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that. We got a late flag just came in.
You know, maybe that's why it was so overthrown. Did we get a defensive holding by chance?
I have no idea what just happened.
They're marking it off.
It was well after the play. But I guess that's what we got. Yep, defensive holding. So that might explain why
it was so overthrown.
Yeah, I noticed the receiver was kind of jogging there at the end of the play. I assumed it was because he just knew he couldn't get to that ball, but maybe he knew he was being held and knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, and I couldn't see it. I was trying to lean up around this wall here, but I couldn't see.
The viewing space in this box is not optimal.
I leaned up just in time to see it sail about 10 yards over his head, and I noticed that Stanley was not really running, but I believe at that point, like you had already said, Josh, he knew that that ball was going to be overthrown and he had been held, and so move on. 26 seconds left on the clock here. Etheridge in the gun, B.A. lined up to his right. We've got motion here. Etheridge rolling to his right, being chased, and he's going to be brought down.
Tough play.
Back at the 44-yard line, big loss. Clock running 15 seconds, and that Grace is going to hurry. They might be able to get one more play off here. 10 seconds. I think they're going to get one more play here. 5 seconds. Get set and snap. Here we go. We got final play here. Etheridge is back, looking deep, and he throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. As that was Justice McQuaid that went high to receive it, and it just slipped right through his hands. And that is going to bring us to the end of this scrimmage. And, Josh, we're ready for regular season football now.
Yeah, we are.
We are ready for regular season football. Guys, we're going to give you, as the players are now walking across at midfield to shake hands, we're going to give you a quick look at next week's schedule. And here's what it looks like, guys. Next week, we've got Tuesday night. We will be streaming varsity volleyball. They're playing at Gilmer. And so we will be streaming that game. And then also next week on Friday night, we will be streaming the season opener for varsity football as Grace travels to Queen City to play varsity football next Friday night at 7:30. So your schedule for Grace Game Day next week is Tuesday night varsity volleyball at Gilmer, getting started at 6 o'clock, and then varsity football at Queen City, kicking off at 7:30. And Josh, it is the most wonderful time of the year. School is in session. Football is getting underway, and hopefully the weather's going to start cooling off here in the next few weeks. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
All right. Guys, thank you so much, and see a couple of compliments from you guys there in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your support, and we're excited to bring you the action this year for Grace Cougar Athletics. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Grace Game Day is really and truly a passion of ours, and we're just truly excited about it as now Grace gets to wrap up this scrimmage, as if they haven't done enough already. Let's run, boys. All right. And so we're fixing to sign off and pack everything up, and we're going to head back to Tyler and get set for an exciting week next week. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week and a great weekend. We're going to see you next week. So the next time you'll hear from Grace Game Day, it's going to be Tuesday night varsity volleyball live from Gilmer, and we're looking forward to it. Josh, it was a fun night tonight. We got some things in place. We got some things to work on. Get some crowd mic stuff working, get some clock stuff working, and we'll be working over that over the next few days. So,
hey, but we got the rust off.
Hey, I got to warm the voice up.
Got some jokes in.
We did drop a few jokes, didn't we? We sure did. All right. Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Grace Game Day tonight. We are going to sign off. Until next time. So long, everybody.